Bandon and Wahid have fallen back a bit.
We're just going to keep going as if it's still
another 3 seconds for Lotus.
And Sid's left as well. Okay, things are just still happening.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Sid. That was just a disconnection. He's in a good spot here.
Yeah. So T-Max going to go through him.
Okay, DRS is enabled.
Stars is holding the gap to Fever, so Fever's not pulling away too quickly.
Yeah, Fever used a little bit to get that gap going, which is smart.
Yeah. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully that will fix the stream.
A bunch of plays has been made here. Sid disconnected while we were away. He's dropped down to 9th, whereas AI has, I should say. Combine looks like he's made a mistake and he's lost a couple of places there. And Panda took him into ready on the jeez.
Yeah, he's setting up Peter nice on the Camel straight.
Oh, this is...
Oh, and the AlphaTauri nearly goes round, and Peter tries to get him as well.
It's a very ferocious train here.
Oh, the AlphaTauri looks like he's struggling.
And Mikhail needs to make this gap while Metrod's holding him up, yeah.
Oh, bugger.
Mikhail getting past Sid as well. Like, it's actually Sid disconnected, but yeah, Mikhail up into 9th now, so on the charge.
That's quite a way ahead.
Jump up to Apollo Pepsi. Looks like he's right on the back of Stars.
Stars just made a mistake. He's lost 1.7. He's lost like 1.3 seconds to Fever.
Yeah. Pepsi wasting no time here.
Side by side, Blanchimont.
Look at that. Yeah, he clears him. The Stars will have DRS.
So soft tires are working for Pepsi, but yeah, whether or not he can keep that position. Expecting to last a few laps, but yeah, Stars will just be biding his time, use a bit of the DRS power to just stay in touch, save a bit of energy. And we'll see if he comes back at him.
We now have a McLaren 1-2.
Oh, for now, yeah. Different strats as well. Again, they're not going to cross each other in the pit lane, so it's a very nice advantage for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Ponda got brake checked under SC, so he doesn't have the hards anymore. That's
so unfortunate.
That's unfortunate, yeah.
Gonna jump back. Looks like Big Al's about to make a move on T-Mac. Yeah, gets him. T-Mac mustn't have had a great exit through Radion.
Those softs will just about be starting to go.
Jump down, I think Lotus.
Oh, someone spun off there.
Oh, there's Panda!
Panda's gone round. There he is.
Panda, someone else as well?
No, it's just Panda.
Sure, I didn't see anyone else go off, but it's a shame. Like, he's already out of position after taking that early pit stop under the safety car.
He needs to just keep his cool right now.
I wonder if he shoved his nose up the inside of Peter, maybe, into that corner and just got spun around.
It's possible. It did look on the map that they were overlapping. Couldn't quite get the angle on it. But yeah, he's now 4 seconds off the tail of Bandcamp, so hopefully he hasn't picked up.
He's not going to be happy.
What happened to Pondon? Spun around, had to pit for hards, and then got brake checked on the safety car, so he had to pit again. It's been very unfortunate for him, but he's still going, so is Panda. Still could be another safety car yet. Lap 7 of 22 coming on to lap 8. These soft runners we're looking to come in pretty soon here. Mikhail pretty close to this train here for 6th, just behind our tennis. But when you're in this sort of train, it's kind of hard to make any moves. They rely on raw pace.
Yeah, we're just on board with Trent at the moment, but T-Mac, he's just outside. Oh, Panda has retired. He's lost it at the bus stop.
Just coming out.
Yeah,
it's a VSC.
Virtual safety car, so Trent's going to be a bit frustrated. I think he was setting himself up to get a move on T-Mac.
You can see his car. I'm just on the Honda.
Yeah. See if we can get.
That's an interesting spot. I don't see that happening normally. But that's it. He's retired. He's out of the session.
Interesting. Anyway, virtual safety car is still out. Let's have a quick look at Bieber 2.5 seconds clear of Pepsi. Stars still within DRS.
And we're back in
Pepsi. Back racing green now.
Oh, Geordie combined. Geordie must have had a really good exit there after VSC, really making use of that delta time.
So T-Mac's doing a good job to stay ahead of that train because his softs were really starting to hurt, really starting to be hurting now. So staying ahead of those quick guys on mediums is definitely well done.
That VSC couldn't have come at a better time when his teammate crashed out. Yeah. Only jokes here. But that is very fortunate for T-Mac, and he'll be looking to pit pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely.
He's dropped well out of the DRS range of Big Al though, so he's now under pressure from Trin, who's just 4/10 behind him.
Yes, that's to be expected. I think as many positions as he can hold on to now, that'll just be what he wants to do, just minimize damage at this point. Oh, big dive!
Dive.
Wow!
He went way too deep there. That was an error. No damage for either party, it looks like, but. Oof. And Stars is coming up to Pepsi now, so...
Yeah, those soft runners are really hurting now, I think.
Yeah, going to jump up with Stars now. Looks like he is setting him up.
Normally you would see soft runners pit around now, but because of the safety car periods I've had, the wear isn't so bad on them, so another lap you can get on them is really good for the mediums later on.
I think Stars is quite close enough to make a move now. I'm going to jump back. We've got, I think that's Pacey under pressure from PTR.
And Shreen gets past T-Mac.
Gets the move done.
A few spots being exchanged there. PTR going really wide. Pacey's still fighting PTR
Still in
here.
there, sent it in the inside. I don't think he's quite going to get it done. They are side by side now. Going through the corner with no name, and Pacey looks like he is. Gets squeezed right up the curb. There's contact.
Oh.
Peter has to catch it, and Geordie sneaks through as well.
Good move from Pacey.
Yeah, I think just from that angle, it looked like Pacey deserved a bit more room than he got from PTR, and he gave him a good shove back so he could get back onto the track. But
yeah, I think PTR just got a little bit on power oversteer, so he just tapped the side of Geordie. So I think that's what happened there. But yeah, it was a good move from Geordie around there. Also, just like around the outside.
So lap 9. These soft runners should blink any minute now.
So Stars is right on the back of Pepsi again as well.
Pepsi's in.
Pepsi's coming to the pits. So we should see a few of the soft runners coming in as Mercedes comes in of T-Mac.
Yep. Geordie stays out. He's on slightly newer softs, so that's expected.
You'd think that the softs would last a little bit longer, given we've had a safety car and a virtual safety car.
I don't know. I think they're probably just trying to go for the undercut. To be honest, I think that they really need it because they're going to be against these other runners on soft at the end. So they really need to get. I think Polo really needs to go as hard as he can, just get as much of undercut as possible.
Yeah.
So Big Al sizing up Smitty on the Camel Straight. He's going to dive to the inside. He does. Big dive from a long way back. Bit of contact between them. Oh, twice. The Ferrari's gone round. The Ferrari's round.
Oh, Smitty goes round.
Oh no. I'm just going to try the replay again, hope that it's not what's going to tank the stream. We'll bring it up. So, no, it's not captured it. Never mind.
But yeah, just a little bit, just into Big Al there and just bam, bam, pinky man. And Smitty holding 8th for now, so not the worst spot to be in at least. Bit of pace in the car as well, he can make up the time.
We'll jump back with Pacey, who's just a couple of tenths behind Geordie. This battle's still raging on.
PTR 3 seconds as well. These penalties starting to roll in.
Yeah, so I saw the replay, or I saw the stream of Big Al and PTR. I think Big Al just didn't really leave enough room. I think that was just too much of an aggressive dive, and it was it was just a bit too ambitious. I think. Yeah, a bit unfortunate.
Mikau as well is catching up to Trin.
It's like the 5th after that round of pit stops from the soft runners.
Pacey sizing up Geordie.
Geordie had to
and Geordie pits. So he did stay out that lap longer.
Made his line clear coming into the pits. Could have been a bit messy otherwise.
We'll jump up to Mikau. Just half a second behind Trin.
PTR also sizing up Pacey. That's a bit further back though, but Mikau, can he do anything from this far back?
Oh, he's using his overtake. He's definitely going to try. Cuts to the inside. And he gets it done. Yeah. super late on the brakes. There's Peter side by side with Pacey again. He's going to get the same result. No, it looks like he's got through cleanly. Pacey trying to hang around the outside. Does a switch back.
He's just chilling. He's taking it really close.
Yeah, looks like Peter's got the job done cleanly this time.
So lap 11 of 22, pretty much around halfway here. These medium runners that started on the mediums, they're just looking to stretch out into a point where they can put onto the softs and get to the end. And we may see some interesting undercut action almost from some drivers. Some people will be willing to risk it.
Fever is doing a great job to maintain that gap out the front, just slowly build it. I think he's doing absolute textbook race so far. So
yeah, the gap's been pretty consistent at 2.5 to 3 seconds. So yeah, he's doing a great job just controlling this race.
Very, very true.
Pacey just a 10th behind Peter. This battle going on and on.
Oh.
I think he's just going to wait for the Camel straight again. You don't want to get too quickly.
Yeah,
just so where he
saved up.
Yeah, just so where he get a little bit of hero coming out the bus stop. Pacey just tapping him a little bit PTR. That is his Pepsi sits at 1:45.4, fastest lap of the race.
We've got Smitty in front as well, sizing up Matzoid. Going to jump up the board with him first. Should be able to get this done pretty easily. As we can see in the background as well, Pacey making the move on Peter. Peter going onto the grass slightly. As Matzoid tries to get on the inside of the Ferrari, but Smitty gets the job done. And just jump back further, and Pacey has got the job done on PDR as well.
So while this is going on, Mikkel's up in 4th place. He's really done well to recover things, and the clean air has really helped him get some nice solid laps and just sort of make that gap back to the leaders. So he's really done well so far.
Yeah, now that he's cleared Trin, he's really been able to put in the laps. He's now just jump up to...
Oh, Smitty's around.
Smitty's round. Oh, the Ferrari's gone. Oh, no, he's beached. He's beached.
Oh my god!
The Ferrari is beached on the curb. He cannot get it. He has to reset the track. That would have scared Bandcamp a lot, but...
That's the second time in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we saw that happen last week in Tier 2. Wow. His keeper got beached in the sand at Austria, so...
That's very rare.
Yeah, and we've seen it twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to jump back up to Peter. It's currently the closest battle we have at the moment, but Pacey's caught up to the back of his teammate as well, so you'll get DRS and a bit of flow as well.
This is just sort of a side product of Belgium and the DRS. As PTR
we have Peter coming in.
Is he? I can't see if he's got damage.
No, I just saw his wing is fine. I'm going to jump up to the
Maybe he's trying to go for the undercut into softs.
Well, he's reacting as well. It has to be meds, surely. Do they last long enough, the softs?
It's only 9 laps to go. That should be fine. I think the softs can be stretched
8 laps is around 70%, isn't it? Wow. Unless these guys are just willing to conserve their tyres.
Looks like Pacey's closing up on his teammate. We'll see Franz Toss give the order and let them pass. And yeah.
No real fight there.
No, but Pacey still had to lock up to get past him. He gets through. His Matt runs very wide onto the curb there.
Also with Mikkel doing well, Trin has stuck onto Mikkel pretty well.
Yeah, he's really been benefiting from that. Just kind of getting a little tug along, and they've both been doing well.
Meanwhile, up the front, Big Al's actually caught up to Stars. There's just a couple of tenths between them now, so I'm not sure if Stars has made a mistake. Or Big Al's just started to push. Given that this is the end of the stint, maybe they are starting to have a good crack. Use up the rest of the grip, try and put in some good laps.
PTR, another 3 seconds. It's 6 seconds now, I believe.
Yeah, jump across. So Pacey's got a 5-second penalty. Big Al 3, Apollo 3. As Big Al almost pushing the racing point through Blanchimont. He comes in, Big Al pits, so he's going to try the undercut on Stars.
All right, we'll see where they come out compared to Apollo.
Oh yes.
Because Apollo did penalize those mediums quite a while ago now, so yeah, it'll be interesting.
Tannis pitting as well.
Matzoid following suit.
And we've got Peter and Wahid battling through Blanchimont again. Oh, they're trying to go side by side. Peter's right up on the curb, but he just backs out a little bit and lets the Alfa Romeo through.
Ooh, okay, so Apollo has got about a 3-second lead on Big Al, and Big Al is only about 3 seconds behind Fever, so Apollo is in quite a good position here now, I think.
We've got Geordie and Artanis battling on the pit exit. Geordie just getting in front, within DRS range of T-Mac.
The Fever on soft tyres at the end of the race, that's going to be a hard
that'll be hard, but yeah.
Artanis has got a mega run here, and he's going to get past Geordie before the braking zone.
It's fearful for T-Mac, who's just next in line here.
So Artanis gets the job done on those soft tyres.
Lockups all around.
We'll jump back to the Ferrari. Smitty's closing in on Pondon, but not quite close enough this time around. The train of T-Mac is still holding them back, but yeah, they're going to be putting a lot of pressure on him through the second sector.
Yeah, T-Mac won't have to worry about his tyres falling off or any sort of wear, but it's just going to be too hard to hold off anybody with fresh softs. That's just it.
Yeah, it is really going to be very difficult.
T-Mac running so wide on that curve. Surely got a warning there. We've got the Stars is coming to the pits.
Everybody else staying out.
7 laps to go.
Pacey's still not come in. What's he planning? Is he going to stay out? Surely not.
Side by side going into the bus stop. Artanis getting past T-Mac. Now Geordie just 4 tenths behind T-Mac as well now.
Band also pitting while this is happening. PTR fastest lap 143.6 on the soft tyre.
So I think, if my maths is right, I think Apollo will be in the net race lead after the pit stops, but obviously all the people behind him will be on soft, so that will be quite a titanic task to hold them behind.
But only 7 laps to go though, so those guys won't have much time at all. And
he has got that penalty as well though, which is going to...
He does, yeah, that's true. But still, bragging rights to cross the line first at least.
It's definitely possible, So
we've got Renault of Bandcamp just closing in on Smitty.
3 seconds for Matzoid.
He's not quite close enough there. A bit of a train forming behind Lotus, who's sitting there in P15. He's got Smitty and Bandcamp, and now Pondon has joined the party.
And Pondon's back in this. Yeah. Well, I mean, at the back, but still in it, you know? He was by himself.
Exactly. No, he's done really well to catch back up to the pack. I'm just going to jump to Matzoid, who's right all over the back of the Renault of combined. Bring up the pens for you, Psycho.
Beaver's into the pits. Mikhail's into the pits.
There we go. All the leaders. Pacey is staying out. Pacey's staying out.
He can't go.
Surely he'll go to the ends on those mediums.
Let's see where Apollo is. No, I don't think I don't think he has much chance of making it to the end, but we'll see.
Question him in favour.
So let's see. So Phoebe does get out in front of Apollo, so he must have been pushing pretty hard. Oh, actually,
side by side.
I'll say that.
But hang on, does Phoebe get DRS? He does.
Oh, I don't know.
He does. Don't doubt me.
Yes, he does.
Sure.
So now he can just slide on by.
I mean, it makes sense. Phoebe should be getting no resistance at all from Pepsi. Pepsi has a penalty. He's on the slower tyre, older tyre. Let your teammate through and be the rear gunner for the team. Or as the Red Bull tries to sneak it in as well. Big Al, very ambitious. A great race from him so far, sitting in P4. Getting a jump on Stars and Mikau, so great race from him.
So depending on how Pepsi holds off the soft runners, Big Al's definitely on for a podium, and same for Stars. Mikau just outside that little battle. And there's still a question mark around Pacey. Once you get to the yellow flag, that is
Lotus looks like he spun at Lecom. There was a bit of a battle between him and Bandcamp and Smitty. So hopefully there's no contact there, but yeah, shame for him. He's not had a great race back in Tier 1. Jump back with Combined, who's got under a A lot of pressure from Peter, who's caught back up again. He's not having another great race, but he's still going, and he's still got a lot of pace. He's all over the back of the Renault.
Yeah, Psycho's just asked if we can show pens.
Yep. I already chucked it up, so he's good.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep.
Trent's also looking at tennis as well.
Yeah, jump back up to that one, because that's...
Oh, PTR does get the move on combined. There we go.
We've got Big Al. I think he's going to make a move on Pepsi. Going to jump up onto that. The Red Bull hunting down the McLaren. Going through Eau Rouge and up to Radion. Using his overtake. Determined to get this done. Back at Stars, who's closing the gap as well. He's almost within DRS, but Big Al gets the move done on Pepsi. Maybe a better angle than that. Oh no! His spin. Instead of half spin.
Oh,
got a big squeeze up onto the curb, and around he goes.
And Trent did make the move on tennis. That's for 7th place.
Let's see if the replay works this time around. Here we go. So yeah, we had Big Al around the outside and turned in. Couldn't quite see from our angle, but he did squeeze Pepsi really hard. Must have been a bit of contact there, and around he went.
Who was it? Artanis and somebody else?
It was
in Tier 2?
Artanis and Stars. Exactly the same thing happened. Second last lap of Tier 2 last season. Going to jump up to the Red Bull of Sid, who's making a move on Pondon on the Camel Straight.
Oh, this is AI.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, Pondon.
Oh no, Pondon's made it back. He's got
it back. All right, that's good.
Pondon's pitted. Pondon's pitted again.
He has gone for a soft, so fastest laps of Ferrari of Smitty's been sent out to Narnia Puon. And he was battling with Bandcamp there, so I'm not sure if he did that on his own, if there was contact, but yeah.
So Pacey must be trying to stretch it to the end. I don't know how that's going to go for him, but
Peter and Matsoid battling it out for P11.
Peter on the outside, that turns into the inside.
Oh, he lost the rear a little bit there on turn in. They're side by side on the pit straight now. Peter's got DRS, but Matt able to keep it in front. But that's probably not the best idea, because on the Camel Straight it's going to give the Alfa Romeo DRS. And that's why it's 2.3 seconds behind T-Mac now, so he's been able to get outside of DRS range. So that's where it's going to be very vulnerable to both Peter and Combined, who's now within half a second of the Alfa Romeo.
Well, he for 3 seconds, 7:14 for his
Peter pulls out to the outside, gets well clear.
Feber's just starting to eat into this gap to Pacey. It was 2.5 about 10 seconds ago, now it's 1.7.
Yeah, no, Pacey's tyres are going to be absolutely dead.
Mikau's got a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Now, he's 3 seconds clear of Pepsi, who's in 6th, by the way, after that moment. Good for him. But, so that shouldn't affect anything. Although he needs to keep his pace up, does Mikau, and he won't be able to do much with Stars, who's just 6 tenths up the road.
Meanwhile, Pacey is still in the lead on those 15-lap-old mediums. Feber's just half a second behind him, though.
I've heard reports that the mediums you can really stretch if you try and conserve them, so maybe this makes sense. And considering where he was earlier,
and don't forget
maybe a bit of what I did at Abu Dhabi last season, just trying to just hold on to any hope that you can just stretch for as long as you can.
Yeah.
Pacey's 5-second penalty may be appealing that. That was the collision under safety car as Mikau runs very deep into the bus stop chicane. So he catches up to his teammate Stars.
Fastest lap from Feber.
A 143.2.
I think it was Pacey that hit Panda though. Was it? I can't remember. I would look at that later anyway.
I think it might have been PTR. Not 100% sure though.
Oh, that was... I'm lost. Lap 19 to 22.
Feber now has got DRS on Pacey on the Camel Straight. Bit of a squirt of overtake, but is he going to be close enough? No, he thinks about it. He did have a little wiggle just before the braking zone, but thought better of it. As the racing points do change position, and Trin behind is making a move on Holo Pepsi.
Oops, Feber goes on Pacey now.
You just need to relax.
Oh, they're side by side, coming down the corkscrew.
And what being done there?
Pacey does not have the tyres, yeah.
He would have lost a lot of time to Big Al as well.
Big Al's got a podium on the cards now.
Does. If Feber had stayed behind Pacey, all the Sector 2, he would have lost a lot of time.
Got to watch Trin as well, who's 4 seconds behind Stars. If he
can
close that gap a little bit, I could see Pacey, Big Al and Mikau all drop positions to Stars and Trin, but fair way of this race to go.
Fever's looking good, but Stars with no pins. Ooh, he needs, yeah.
He needs to hang on to the back of Mikhail.
And he can get fourth, maybe third, depending on how this goes with Pacey. Big L from 1 second of him now. And Pacey also having DRS, although I'm not sure how much it will help him. It may just mean that any overtake done on Pacey must be done in Sector 2 as long as Pacey has DRS.
Yeah, so Fever has driven an absolutely perfect race. Just absolutely controlled the pack the whole time. Just controlled his gap. Never really been in too much threat. So yeah, just I think great job to him.
We got Peter battling to get into the points just behind T-Mac at turn 1. Should get him on the Camel Straight.
It's giving him a big hurry up.
Does have 9 seconds of penalties though, so it's probably unlikely that Peter will stay in the point-taking position. Top 3 positions have condensed, less than a second over the 3 of them. As Peter does make the move on T-Mac. Passing well clear of the braking zone. Okay, going to jump up to Big Al, who's all over the back of Pacey. Those mediums really falling off the cliff. We've got just 2 laps left after this one.
Another 3 seconds for Pepsi down 7th.
It's a real shame. Like he's in
did
a pretty
well,
good position, yeah, until he had that spin. As we've got an Alpha Tauri of Matsoid losing position to Bandcamp just up to Puon, so I'm not sure if he had a bit of a moment there, but he just lost that position. There's Big Al, just a couple of tenths behind Pacey. So close, he might try and make a move into the bus stop. He decides to wait his turn. He's got so much better traction coming out of the corners with those fresher soft tyres. Pacey's mediums still in 18 laps.
Yeah, if Pacey does manage to hold on to this podium, that's going to be very, very impressive.
Still pins to consider as well, though.
Yeah.
Oh no, his 5 second is for safety car,
Exactly,
so he might
so
get that removed.
it might be
yeah,
challenged
that's
after
true.
the race, but we'll have to wait and see. There's Big Al, DRS open on the Alpha Tauri.
Oh, Pacey's going to be running low downforce. He's just Big Al is not.
He
not
must be
catching up
using all
with
of his energy as well.
Yeah, that as well.
Not
So wait,
great
so
way
look for
to
a move
treat it.
here.
Oh, Big Al.
Oh,
He does
gonna
back
jump
out
down
of it.
because we've got the Renault of Combined making a move on Matsoid on the Camel Straight as well. And he gets it done.
Big Al absolutely hounding Pacey, literally.
Jump back up.
Right,
to Big
pushing
Al.
around the track.
Oh yeah, he's putting so much pressure on when he has to go through Puon. Pacey really running out pretty wide. Tyres just not letting him push them to the max anymore, but
And this is what's happened. Mikal is caught up to Big Al because Pacey is holding up Big Al here.
Exactly,
It's
he's now
not
with
open.
DRS range as well, so Mikal.
Yeah, Pacey is doing a great job defending here.
Stars has dropped off a little bit off his teammate, and he's still within that 3 second gap.
Oh, look at that low downforce from Pacey. He's literally pulling out of the slipstream.
He's using his ERS very, very well here. Has to be said.
Yeah, Big Al's not using any of it at the moment, so
Or for the last lap, it looks like.
Last
As we
lap,
get
yeah.
to it.
Pacey needs to get a perfect exit out of the first corner if he wants to have any chance of keeping a podium, I'd say.
yeah, we've got Big Al now with DRS and Mikal right on his tail. Stars
Yeah,
is
Pacey needs to
closing
get an
up as well.
absolutely perfect exit here if he wants any chance.
Oh, the
Oh,
Red
he's getting
Bull
tapped.
nearly.
Oh no,
unsettling
little
him.
slide. That's gonna be
Like
it.
side by side, they're going to be going through Eau Rouge. Oh,
Big Al gets
Pacey
it
no,
done.
tucks in just behind. I think he missed the detection point as well, so Pacey's going to be vulnerable to Mikal here as well.
Very.
No matter how
much
slim
so.
that rear wing is.
Oh, no, he
he
got it, he
does
got
have
it.
DRS. He's getting
Big
a
Al
code from
doesn't
the Red
have
Bull.
it.
Coming back on
Big
Big
Al
Al
doesn't
now.
have
Big
it.
Al's
They're
not
going
very
three
high.
wide on the Camel Straight. Pacey's coming back at him into turn 5. And
Oh,
he's
it's
in-
3 wide here.
Oh, he has to give it a little bit of space. And the Red Bull's got just enough grip to be able to stay in front, but now the
Pacey's still ahead of Mikal.
Alpha Tauri is now under pressure
Oh,
from the
Mikal's
racing
just
point.
inside.
And he's on down the inside, a big aggressive dive
Oh,
from the
big
racing
dive,
point. There's a bit of
big
contact on the rear of the car.
And this is let Stars close into them. And
Absolutely,
Stars
Stars
is
is
in
just
3 seconds.
1.3 seconds back. And Pacey gets a penalty as well for
Oh,
extending at the
Pacey,
corner
no.
with no name.
Oh, damn.
Any advantage he may have had is gone now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
jump back. We've got
unfortunate.
Apollo Pepsi right on the back of Artanis as well.
7.3. Stars can get second here almost. Yeah.
Oh, Pacey, if he didn't get that penalty there and got his safety car penalty removed, that could have been P2.
Yeah, Stars is definitely going to jump him just on penalties alone.
Yeah.
So Big Al 4.8 to FIBA, Stars is 7.4. So he needs to stay within another few temps.
Just going to jump up to the front. We've got Fever coming around the final corner now, and a very comfortable and commanding victory by the McLaren driver. Throws the car around across the finish line, and a great race by him. We've got Big Al across the line in second, Mikau third, Pacey coming across the line in fourth, followed by Stars who jumps on P2. Great effort from him to close that gap. Trin comes across to P5, Pacey gone down to sixth. Got Artanis, Pepsi across the line as well, but we expect Pepsi to lose some positions, and he does. Geordie goes P8, PTR comes 10th, and T-Mac jumps up to P10. Smitty has retired from the session, he's lost it just in the end of Sector 2.
Wow, what an end.
Yeah, Bandcamp coming across the line in a moment.
And look who finished up top. All the soft runners. All the people that picked mediums at the start.
Yep.
Yeah, great effort by them.
Yeah, well, just a sensational drive from FIBA. That's just absolutely, you could not ask for a better start to the season. 2 wins in a row, just like a dominant performance like that. It just sets them up so well for the rest of the season.
Thanks to Panda, who tipped $1. Thank you very much. Unlucky with the race. And we've got Sid coming across the finish line now. Lotus as well gains a position on Smitty, who DNFs on that final lap. And will come across the line in P18. Jacob, would you be able to round up our drivers for a quick interview before you run off to Tier 2?
Sure can.
Thank you very much. So yeah, it was a pretty exciting race. So it wasn't quite the DRS train that we expected to be. Nikau gets driver of the day. A great recovery after DNFing and qualifying. Manages to get back through the field.
Yeah, great job from him. If he didn't get a penalty, that could have definitely been P2, I'd say.
Absolutely. So well done to McLaren and FIBA picking up that P1. We've got Stars in P2, and I think that was the Red Bull of Big Al P3.
Yeah, up to the podium finishes. That's just it was a very, very good close race. I think there might be a couple of reports which may have a bit of an impact, but I think it was a good race. Pretty reasonably clean race from everyone, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Right.
So after P3 we had Mikau P4, Trin P5, Artanis 6th, Pacey 7th, Geordie 8th, Apollo Pepsi 9th, T-Mac 10th. Combined Matsoid, PTR, Wahid, Bandcamp, Pond and Sid, Lotus, and Smitty and Panda DNFing at the back. Alrighty.
So we have FIBA with us now, winner of that race.
FIBA, congratulations. Great race, mate. Talk us through it.
Hello.
Hello. It looked like
It wasn't working for a second. Okay. Yeah, it was a good race. I mean, qualifying, I thought maybe I might have picked the wrong tire at the end there because the intermediate wasn't really working for a bit. But
it was such a close call.
Yeah, I got the lap in. I was last driver across the line, so that was good. And then I forgot to put my front wing back down on the start of the race. So I had a 3 front wing, and so I was really slow in a straight line. But I managed to get away from everyone off the start, obviously Panda and PTI having a bit of an incident. And then after the safety car, I think I got a really good launch off the safety car. I think I gapped Stars by a second by the time we got down to the end of the straight. So
yeah, you did. We were on board with you at the time, and I don't think anyone expected you to go before the bus stop, so you got a massive jump on him, so it was great work. And then after then, it was just it looked pretty easy from our perspective. Did you feel much pressure at all from behind?
Well, obviously, there was a bit where I was getting caught on the straight lines when Apollo and I think it was Stars, they were battling. But that's when I thought, oh, maybe my setup's a bit bad here and I'm going to get caught in the straight lines too much. But then the rest of the race was pretty cruisy. I was just trying not to get penalties. That was the main thing. And then as soon as I pitted, I wanted to get the fastest lap to get that extra point.
Well, congratulations. Great race from you. Go and take it easy and have a break. And thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Let's do this. And then that. I have such a small screen. I have to like jump channels to get this to work.
That's all good.
So it's a bit awkward. But I think we've got Stars next. I'll just see if he's free. Just 1 second. Okay, and with us now is Stars, second place in the
Stars,
race.
congratulations. Great race, mate. Nice and clean and jumped a few positions onto the podium. Well done.
Thanks a lot, Gus. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it was a great race. Very enjoyable. Enjoyed that immensely, for sure.
Now, as our reigning Tier 2 champion from last season, you had a bit of a disappointing race last week. How good does it feel to bounce back with that one? Solid qualifying and a great race.
Look, Gus, it's great to be back on that podium. Unfortunately, I had a lot of internet issues last week. You would have seen me drop out a lot. So no, it was great to get back on the podium and really bounce back and show the WDC Tier 2 champion isn't here, just for sheep stations. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Were you worried at all when you started on the medium tyre with a few soft runners around you?
No, not at all, mate. I knew that my pace was good enough. I knew Pepsi was using a lot of ERS to try and catch up to me, so I knew at the end of the day I just had to race my own race, and which is what I did. And then my teammate caught up to me, let him through, and gave me a bit of a tow. And then second step.
It ended up as well. His little battle that he had for that podium positions helped you catch back up and get close enough to make all those positions on penalties at the end as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Again, at the end of the day, I just raced my own race and, thought I was on for a podium anyway. And, it got a bit better when I got a P2.
Awesome work, mate. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll let you get back to it.
Thanks, boys.
Good job.
Thank you. And Jacob, is Big Al around as well, or?
I'm not seeing many channels, so I think...
Okay, no
he's
worries.
out.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for the Tier 1 race. We will have Tier 2 up in about 15 minutes' time. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back for the rest of the race. Thank you so much to Jacob and Matt Dabry for joining me in the commentary booth this evening. You guys did an awesome job. And thank you so much. We'll be back soon.
Cheers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Aussie Formula Racing. This is round 2 at Francorchamps for our Tier 2 round, well, I already said round 2, race for Season 6. We're here Francorchamps in Belgium. No news yet on the weather. We've got Bandcamp commentating tonight down in the other channel, getting some info for us. As we'll run through the track here, 7-kilometre circuit with 19 turns. Very iconic track, one of my favourites on the grid. We have 2 DRS zones, one on the pit straight and one on the camel straight. Of our 18 corners, look for a bit of moving around turn 1. So here we've got Pondon passing Combat Rat, but this is something we're going to see quite a bit tonight. Basically what will happen is the person in front will let the other person pass just to get the DRS down the camel straight. Combat did that to great effect last season in Tier 2. We also had his teammate Skin splitting between the Racing Point and Mercedes just before our Rouge, picking up the DRS as well with an absolutely fantastic move to get past those guys. We also had, who can forget, the second last lap I think it was, of last season, Tier 2. We had Stars trying to pass Artanis around the outside, give him a good old squeeze up onto the curve, spinning the Alfa Romeo around. He did want me to make sure everyone knew that he did get exonerated for that incident. He was not penalised, so we saw a few of those incidents as well in the Tier 1 race earlier today. Okay, looks like it's a clear qualifying. Some of our drivers starting to come out onto the track. Just wait for Bandcamp to come back up. We'll be here shortly. And I'm just going to bring up my spectator camera, which is not working at the moment. There we go. The track map is there. Cool. Alright, we are good. Okay, got a couple of drivers picking the medium tyre to use for their first qualifying run. It's quite common, but we'll probably see most people on the soft tyres for their qualifying runs. I'm not expecting... I don't know if there's anyone in Tier 2 who's going to be quick enough to set a decent time on the mediums without risking getting knocked out. And I think we've got the Williams coming first. So we'll follow Mr. Spicer. Just still waiting for Bandcamp. I don't know, he's having a good old chat down in the race lobby. I'm sure he'll be with us shortly. Pondon asking the 8-ball if Mika's going to get a podium, and for sure. So hopefully... yeah, he has a good run. He did pretty well in a practice session the other day, so not sure how he's going to go tonight, as we've got Mr. Spicer coming around the bus stop chicane now to start his first hot lap. Comes into turn 1. Bit deep, misses the apex slightly, but not too bad. As long as your exit's pretty good here, you can make that time back up on a very, very long straight. As long as you keep it flat. I just realised that I'm not showing the telemetry. There we go. He's flat through Radion. And he opens up the DRS. It's a very long camel straight here. It's high up into the curb. Very aggressive on the inside, doesn't invalidate. Making the most of the track limits. Very tidy first sector, and first couple of corners of sector 2 as well. Down through the corkscrew towards the corner of No Name. Very aggressive on the curbs. Pretty tidy so far. It's a good start to his banker lap. Goes for Puon. No braking, but a bit of a lift, but doesn't quite slow it down enough to turn in. And he hasn't validated, so we're going to go back to, I think that's Lights, who's on a lap just behind him. As we're joined by Bandcamp. How are you, mate?
Yeah, could be better.
A bit of a rough race for you earlier, but that's alright. We'll put that behind us. Do you have any news for the weather for us?
Apparently it's meant to be all dry with some cloud.
Right, well, which means there could be some late rain if it's cloudy towards the end, but yeah, we'll see how we go. So we just had Mr. Spicer invalidate, which is on board with Lights now. He's coming up into the bus stop chicane now. Pretty tight. He does shift down to first. We saw most people opting to go into second gear in that chicane. He comes across the line and sets the quickest time, 1:44.8. So pretty good banker, but it was Psycho 42.8 and Baitmate 42.7. Great times there. So we've got Combat coming to cross the finish line now. 43.3. So already quantum effect 42.2. So yeah, it looks like Combat Lights and Keeper 42.7. Looks like Renault is setting up to give each other a bit of a tow. Skins coming around the final corner now to start his lap, so jump on board with him just to see if they can orchestrate it well. Thank you very much, TSR Crows. Thanks for joining us from the UK. Got Skins. Part of turn 1 now. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. The other Renault is going very slowly through Radeon. He's not going to pick up enough speed. This has not worked out at all for Renault. There's a tiny little toe in it. Oh, I think Combat just went into the wall then.
He did go into the wall just there.
I think I grabbed that. I'll check that again. It looked like they did not. And to top it all off, I know Combat's invalidated. I don't know if Skins is still he's still going fine. I'll just have a look at that. Have a look at that replay. And yeah, it was very reminiscent of last season's Renault attempted strategy at this track. Do you remember that, Bands, at all?
Oh, you know, memories fading at the moment, so yeah, can't remember that for some reason.
For those of you who don't recall,
no, it's alright. I don't think there's anything.
Revo and Bandcamp were teammates that attempted that, and I think Bandcamp was offering the tow, and Revo expected Band to move one way. Band thought he was holding his line, and they both DNF'd on the Camel Straight. So clearly, Renault has not learnt their lesson from that incident. But
is that what happened? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Doesn't look like there was any real need to give the tow. Maybe they were just practicing it for later. Skins on the medium tyres, so probably going to come back out again on the soft tyre.
I'm not sure if you mentioned, but Wombi making his debut.
Yes, you can see him there. He's the only one I haven't put the prefix on his name, so I'll get that sorted after this race. Skins setting 143.1, so about a second off the pace of Jacob Meister, who's now on provisional pole with a 142 flat, essentially. Great lap from him. We obviously was our race winner last week at Austria, and he did say that was going to be his only good track for the season, but I think he was pulling our leg a little bit. He's obviously very good here, as Ali has left the session, so hopefully someone can send out an invite for him to rejoin. We've got a Mercedes out front, who is on a lap, but I suspect they're probably on an in-lap. Kipo with his fuel light flashing, so I don't think he's going to finish that one. So I think Mr. Spice is on another lap, so we'll follow him. Obviously invalidating his first run, so he'll have another go. Pretty tidy through Radeon and Eau Rouge. Obviously in a Tier 1 race just before was a full wet qualifying, so we hardly saw anyone able to take Eau Rouge Radeon flat, and when they did, they often ended up in the wall, so good to see everyone's able to really push the limits here. Ben, can you move Wombi into the Haas channel, please, on Discord?
I can do that.
Thank you. Yeah, so Mr. Spice actually going purple in the first sector, apparently. Not sure how accurate that is. Definitely, it looked like he was very tidy on his first lap, but just invalidated Puon. He's very conservative through Puon this time around, though. Definitely not invalidating, but losing a fair chunk of time, I think. Comes through sector 2, very aggressive with the curbs, nearly invalidating there, but still keeping it tidy, keeps it flat through here. We saw a couple of people DNF on that wall. Tidy lap, I haven't seen too many major mistakes. So as he comes through Blanchimont, up the hill towards the bus stop chicane, braking just after the 100 metre board, turns in nicely, probably could have taken a little bit more curb, and it looks like he's run a little bit deep in the second corner in the bus stop, but good traction on the exit, and that puts him up to P10 with the 143.1, so yeah, pretty tight field we've got at the moment. Just see, we've got no one else on a lap. I think it might be... No, it's Jacob's teammate Psycho, who's just about to start a lap, and he's got an AlphaTauri right behind him. Light's not backing off at all. I'm going to stay on board with him here because he had no one behind him. He could have given him space, and he loses control in the exit. So he'll probably get a tow here on the Camel Straight, but going to get stuck behind him in Sector 2, and that's going to really hurt his time caught in that dirty air. You see he's having a lot of understeer through these slow to medium corners. Through the corner with no name. Could have been a bit more aggressive there on the curb on the inside. A lot of road left on the outside. Just comes through Puon. See just how much further in front Psycho's able to get. So clearly he's a lot quicker than Lights is at the moment on this lap. Got a few yellow flags popping out. I think it's just people just backing off a little bit, getting ready for their laps or letting traffic out of the way.
Renault are tiring the slipstream yet again. This time, Combat is on the receiving end.
Yeah, you can see the dots there. Stop all the flights. Looks like they negotiated that one a bit better that time around.
Apparently, Combat's purpled the first sector.
Oh, there was one of the Renaults is spun. Is that? Yes, he's completely stopped. He's got to keep moving because he will get a penalty for stopping on the track at Les Combes.
He is moving.
Yeah, he's stationary when I got on board, so it was a bit risky, but obviously he's avoided any penalties there by the game. So Lights ended up with a 144.1, so not a great time there. Jacob Meister, I think, is on a lap, but he has just invalidated at Puon. We're going to jump on with Quantum Effect because he set a very competitive time on his first banker lap. They hit 142.2. The bus stop chicane, very aggressive on the curb, shifts up to third to take the second corner of the chicane, comes across the line, and it's pole, provisional pole for Quantum Effect with 141.915, less than a tenth quicker than Jacob, who invalidated that lap, so not going to see a response from him. Who else have we got on the lap?
First person into the 41s.
He's going to jump on board with his teammate Wingman, who's coming up to some traffic. We'll launch him off. Bus stop chicane, attacks the curbs pretty nicely, stays in second gear, short shifts up to third on the exit. Pretty tidy there from the McLaren driver. Goes P3 with a 142.1, so great showing from McLaren here in this Tier 2 qualifying session. Jump down with Flyboy, who's reserving tonight. It's just started the lap going up the Kemmel Straight. Just noticing it's getting a bit overcast. The sun's gone behind a cloud, so I don't know if there's meant to be any rain in this qualifying session, but the track temperature is going to drop slightly. That's going to affect the grip the drivers are going to have. Flyboy very tidy through Les Combes. Bit of a locker, runs a bit wide. Ideally you want to hug that curb as much as you possibly can. Comes to No Name, not quite getting up onto the curbs as much as we see some of the quicker drivers take it. With a yellow flag at sector 2 as Mr. Spicer has DNF'd at Puon. We can see there he's gone off with Giovanazzi did in real life. He's only set a 143.1, so he's 1.2 seconds off the pace, and with the track likely to just keep speeding up, I don't think that's going to be competitive enough to stay where it is.
Just under 5 minutes remaining, so
enough time for most drivers to get back to the pits after these laps and do another one. So yeah, I've seen most of them in the pits at the moment.
I think Flyboy has purpled the second sector.
Yeah, it looks very, very tidy, pushing pretty hard. Comes to the bus stop chicane, someone's taken out the 50-metre board on the left-hand side there. It's a bit deep, a bit too close to that inside curve. It's not going to hurt his time too much. Comes across to P7 with 142.4, so about half a second off pole, so we've got a very condensed field here with 1 second covering the top 10 positions now, as I think that was Skins just set a time, yeah, with the 142.3, just 1.5 tenths slower than his teammate. And we've got Haas about to cross the line as well of Wombi. And 143.7 is the time his guys are not improving on that run. We've got another Red Bull a bit further down. I think it's Ali, but he might be on an in-lap. The Ferrari of Saxa, though, is on a lap going through No Name at the moment, as it does look very dark as he's coming down the hill towards Puon. swings it in. Whoa, too hard. He's asked too much of that Ferrari, and in true Ferrari fashion, a spinata, but he manages to catch it and gets out of the way of the Mercedes following him. So unfortunately, it looked like he was pushing really hard and was really aggressive on those curves, but just the rear end not sticking the car to the ground as much as he would like. Oh, he's got to be careful. He's nearly swerved into the racing line in front of the Red Bull. He's not going to be too happy with that, but I think they've both finished their laps for the moment. Let's see who else is on a lap. I think Sachs is the only one who was on a flying lap. As glad to see some people coming out on new out laps. We've got about 3 minutes left in the session, so probably see the rest of the guys in the pits coming out in the next minute or so.
Nut is about to start a lap.
Let's jump on board with the Mercedes driver, who is coming into the bus stop chicane now. A very nice helmet there from Nut Strikes again. Seems that only Renault are the only team who are trying the tow strategy. See one of the Renault's parked up there at the pit exit, staying out of the way. He's just come out in front of a pass as well. He's got an Alfa Romeo who's gone off in sector 2. King J has retired. I think he was the Alfa Romeo who had some trouble. Nut 10th up in his first sector. Pretty tidy. He's very aggressive on the curb, so he'll be attacking so hard on this lap. It's the freedom that comes with setting a good banker time is that you can't really push and feel comfortable. It's once you're under the pressure of having to do one-shot quali that you're going to make more and more mistakes. Bit conservative going into No Name. He could have pushed a little bit hard on that inside curb. That Puon, little lift. Oh, he has a bit of a wobble. The car's not liking what he's asking of it, but yeah, it didn't look like he was carrying as much speed as we've seen some of the other guys. I wonder if that's setup related. So we've got a Renault behind, just after Puon stopped. Might just be letting traffic past. Nut, nearly 6/10 up on his previous time, so that's going to put him up to P16, 15, that spot. He's got to try and find a bit more time here if he can. Through Blanchremont now, keeps the foot flat, it's hardly even a corner anymore. And hits the brakes on the 100 metre bar. Oh, he's locked up, he's gone a bit deep and missed the apex. Didn't quite hug that outside line, so his turn-in was a bit compromised. And he comes across the line. 8/10 up, so he did improve a bit more than he was on track for. But his P13 currently just behind King J and Mr. Spicer, who are just 200s in front of him, but they have DNF in the session. But Nut will not be able to do another lap, unfortunately. There's only a minute left. And he might have enough. No, his fuel lights indicators just come on, so unlikely he's going to get a full lap in. And I'm going to jump on board with Jacobs just in front of Quantum Effect, so we'll follow him. Goes through Radeon. We've got people jostling for track position in sector 2. Jacob comes across the sector times 500th down in his times. Quantum's not quite there yet, but we'll see in a moment. He's out of 10th down as well, so neither driver really getting the first sector that they would have wanted. Whether or not that's the track conditions becoming a bit less easy. We'll see Jacob comes through Puon. 8th gear, most people not running in 8th gear. He keeps it in 8th. I don't know if that was optimal. Bit of a lift. Goes through sector 2. A bit wide for that left-hander. Not quite attacking the curb as much as he could, but much better here. In the end, he's 2/10 down now, so obviously a couple of corners will be called out. It's cost him a little bit. Just jump back with Quantum, who's about to come across the sector line as well. He's 500th up. So Jacob's going to have an amazing final sector to claw back the time. And at this stage, it looks like he's not going to do enough. A little bit of a lock-up as he comes into the bus stop chicane, as Ali has retired just after No Name. Jacob comes across the line, and he does improve, but not enough. 600th behind Quantum Effect, who's just behind him going into the bus stop chicane, who was 500s up at the end of the second sector, comes across the line, and he's 800s up. Solidifies that pole position with 141.8. We're going to jump down with Wingman, his teammate, who's coming up the hill now. He's 2/10 up on his previous time, so that could put him in front of Jacob. and it could be a front row lockout by the McLaren drivers. Very nice turn in for bus stop. Yeah, has he got the traction? Or he has a bit of a step out by the rear. I'm not sure what he did. That's the overlay
think he
shot.
moved up, but I'm not too
He's
sure.
P3, so he's behind his teammate. Not quite good enough to beat Jacob. But a very, very solid qualifying by the McLaren drivers. So we have Quantum Effect and P1 with 141.829. And then just 1.5 tenths behind him is Jacob in the Racing Point, and Wingman, the other McLaren driver, with a 142 flat. Just 0.08 of a second behind him is Baitmate. We've got Combat Rat and Skins. So locking out the third row are the Renault drivers, and the Red Bull locking out the fourth row with Ali and Flyboy. Keeper in P9, Psycho in P10. So those top 10 will have to start on the soft tyres, and then first free choice will be Mika and the Haas. Just 1 second behind P1, so that's how condensed this field is in T2. So, very exciting qualifying there as we come into the race session. Now, have we got any... Oh, it is very dark for this race. Ooh. Is it expected to clear up more, or is it just meant to be cloudy all the way through?
I think it's meant to be cloudy all the way through.
Well, there might be a chance of rain if there's a safety car or anything that slows down the race. We might be in for a treat towards the end. But it's always a good race regardless at Spa. Do we have any predictions, Band, as to what's going to happen? Any drivers to watch for, or...?
Well, I think the McLaren boys obviously put in a good qualifying, so we'll see how they turn out. Jacob Meister, one to watch. See if he can back up last week's performance, even though he claims that was a one-off. We will wait and see, but also maybe keep an eye on Flyboy. See how he progresses throughout the race.
Yeah, it was interesting to see a few of the teams locking out the rows. So obviously, they're very evenly matched, those teammates. Whether or not they'll be doing any practice or sharing setups, not sure, but definitely is looking to be very tight in the top 10. Obviously, P1 is not the greatest place to qualify at this track with that long straight after Radion. You're very susceptible to getting past, but it all depends on that exit at turn 1. Yeah, I'm just going to bring up some information. What have we got for the tyres? So, top 10 obviously all starting on the softs. Mika, Mickey, P11 and 12 on the medium. Got King J in 13th on the soft. Mr. Spicer and Nut both on the mediums and 14th and 15th. That's that on the soft, followed by Saxa and Wombi on the mediums, and Lights and Bully at the back on the soft tyre. It's a bit of a mix-up. Most opting for the softs. But yeah, we did see in the Tier 1 race that the medium tyres was the tyre to start on, but really depends. If you get that lucky safety car around that lap 8, lap 9 mark, the soft runners will benefit greatly by that reduced pit stop. Now I'm just going to bring up the lap data and telemetry for our viewers. And yeah, I'll just run through quickly. I think I got cut off before. We had Mickey in P12, King J 13th, Mr. Spicer 14th, Nut, Vasta, Saxa, Wombi, Lights and Bully, rounding out the bottom. So yeah, great showing by McLaren. So obviously putting in a lot of practice because, yeah, I think Quantum and Wingman, I think they're friends outside of AFR. So obviously they put in a fair bit of effort to do well here together in their first race as teammates. I think it's their first race as teammates. I don't think Wingman was here last week.
Yes, I believe that is true.
Yeah, so pretty good result so far. I don't think there were any surprises from qualifying. A few guys at the back not quite setting the clean laps that they would have liked. Obviously, it's a very difficult track to obey track limits. We've got mainly the corners, I think, is going to be Lecom. So turns 5, 6, and 7 are going to be the biggest culprits, but we know that No Name is also another one that people will struggle with, and Puon as well. If you're not quite getting the line right, you can carry a lot of speed through there, but if you get it even a fraction wrong, you're going to run wide, pick up a warning pretty easily. Bus stop as well. If we see some battles going into there, they're likely to pick up a warning running over those curbs. So got to be careful. We saw Stars in Tier 1 picking up quite a number of positions at the end of the race simply by not getting any penalties. So hopefully people take some lessons from that and focus on keeping it clean. So we'll Drivers pulling up into the grid now. Just waiting for the Ferrari at the back to take his grid spot. And here we go. So lights start coming on. We've got 5 lights. And we're away. Bit of a slow reaction from the front, but it looks like the Quantum has still maintained position. We've got Jacob trying around the outside of turn 1. McLaren has to give him a little bit of space that could give Jacob the good run that he needs to get up the hill. They're overlapping slightly just before they come into Eau Rouge, but Jacob does slip back in. And we've got a Williams who's jumped to the McLaren to P3 now. I believe that's Batemate. The grid's a little bit out of order. We often see that until they hit the first couple sectors. As Jacob tries to go around the outside, gets squeezed right off onto the track. He's trying it around the outside. I don't think he's quite got enough to get there. McLaren's doing very well to hold the inside line. And he does get through in front with no dramas there. Just going to drop back a little bit. Oh, as we've got the Williams and Batemate coming together. One of the McLaren's wings is gone. I believe that was... was it? Oh, no, that was Wingman.
It was one of the Renaults. It was one of the Renaults, and it's Skins.
Skins has lost a little bit of his wing. And he's really struggling. He's getting swamped by the Red Bulls now as well. And this is the problem with having so many other teams around you. They're going to work together to try and squeeze you out. He does manage to maintain position, but Coulon is going to be very difficult for him with that wing damage. And he runs very wide. So Red Bull's trying on the inside, and he gets a position just, although he's trying so hard to hold it. But Flyboy gets through. We've got Ali just behind him as well. And they're going to get held up as well. This is going to give a massive advantage to the guys in front as they've all got their wings intact. Skins is just going to be holding up everyone behind him. There's already a train forming as we've got the Alpha Tauri of Lights getting squeezed by Keeper just behind there. As we've got the we've got the Racing Point and the Red Bull getting past the Renault just before Blanchimont. They're side by side as well. Going to have to jump up slightly to those guys. They're side by side. Psycho off the track twice as he bang wheels with the Red Bull. He's got the inside line though into the bus stop, but Ali tries around the outside, which comes inside for the final corner. A little bit of a bump from the Racing Point from behind. And now the Alfa Romeo wants a bit of this action as well.
Nut slammed into the back of Saxa in the bus stop chicane.
Oh, contact between the Alfa Romeo. The Racing Point just turns in on him there. He was well up alongside. He should have been given a lot more space than that. I don't think he's picked up any damage, but he's not going to be happy at all with that move. Got a little bit of action further behind, but I'm going to stay on board with the Racing Point. He's got the the Alfa Romeo all over his back. He's got the Mercedes making a move on the Alfa Romeo as well, but he tucks in just behind. Is he going to make a big dive into turn 5? He does. He gets the Alfa Romeo. There we go, and he's got the position. Apparently there was a bit of an incident at the back with Mika and Psycho. Didn't quite catch that. As we've got, I think, Saxon Bully, there's a bit of an incident there. I think Vassar got turned around in the corkscrew on the way down the hill. And jump up to the McLaren of Wingman. I don't think... He still hasn't pit. He's still holding up combat. He hasn't pit. He's missing his end plate. Oh, I don't think that's the right decision. I think he should have come into the pits. Not only is it going to be... I mean, this could be the team strategy. It could be Quantum telling him just stay out, stay out. And holding up the rest of them. I can't see this is going to be good for Wingman's race at all. I mean, he's definitely going to get passed by the Renault and the 2 Red Bulls behind him, but...
I wouldn't be surprised if he pits now.
He's got to pit now. He's just going to be losing so much time to lead as he stays out. We've got a bit of drama behind. We've got Keeper and Mickey jostling positions in the bus stop chicane. I think we've got Vassar and Bully doing exactly the same as well. As we do have the Ferrari of Bully coming into the pits. I believe he was caught up in a bit of drama on that second lap. Going to jump on board with...
is also missing some end plate.
I think Combat's about to make a move on Wingman on the Kemmel straight. Or the McLaren covers the inside line, so Combat takes the outside. Or McLaren sends it on the inside, bit of contact with the side pod of the Renault, but he gets the move done. Going to jump back a little bit. Keeper looks like he's managed to get past the Alfa Romeo. No, the Alfa Romeo is still in front. And he's just been pushed out by the Mercedes, and he's under pressure from Lights as well, who's made a massive start. I'm pretty sure he's... Yeah, 8 positions Lights has come up since the start. He had pretty poor qualifying, was at the back, and he's now just 1 position out of the points. A great start from him. basically we've got a couple of trains forming already. Jacob hasn't been able to shake Quantum or Baitmate, who are both within DRS range, so he may be under pressure as they come up to the DRS zones ahead. We've then got another train which starts with Combat after he's just got past Wingman, who's still staying out with that broken front wing, but he's got both Red Bulls hot in his tail, and Psycho's closing as well. We've got another train of Keeper, Mickey, Lights, King J and Saxa as well in the midfield. And then we've got another train a bit further back with Mika Vassa and Mr. Spicer. So everyone's already forming big battle groups. I'm just going to jump up to Wingman, who's under a lot of pressure from Flyboy as they go into the bus stop chicane. I think Flyboy's had a bit of an average exit. He's under pressure from his teammate as well. To be honest, I'm quite impressed with the pace Wingman's been able to keep. He's making it very, very difficult for the other guys to get past him. I think...
He might be in a bit of trouble here.
I'm not sure. I think Flyboy's having a look in his mirrors too much at his teammate. He's got so much more pace. And I think Wingman, especially with that damaged front wing, he's going to have less drag on the straight. So.
Yeah, but he's got no DRS.
Oh, he's tried to cover the inside, but he hasn't quite shut the door. As the Red Bull sticks it on the inside as contact, they bang tyres. The Red Bull is squeezed out, and McLaren stays in front. Going to jump back to the Mercedes. There's also another cork in the bottle. The 5-car train we've got there for P9. Ooh, as the Lights runs very wide there at the corkscrew. But you can just see how much more pace Combat's got, not having that broken wing. Wingman's already 2 seconds behind. I think Flyboy's actually trying to have a go at him in the second sector. It's not a very conventional passing place. But, oh, there's a Red Bull behind us, gone into the wall.
Oh, Ali.
Ali, I think he may have just kept it out. I can't see his front wing just yet. It's intact, but he had a massive moment there. I'll just see if I manage to catch that for the replay.
Yeah, his wing does look in one piece. But Psycho now right on his gearbox.
He had a massive moment. He didn't even lose it on the curb. That was just on the off the racing line, and he able to lose it. But yeah, Ali under a lot of pressure from Psycho. Looks like he had a better exit. Psycho not quite got the traction. There's the Red Bull in front, and I think this may be the end of P5 for Wingman. Flyboy just in front, 3/10. Great camera angle from Codemasters as he hunts down the McLaren in front. They go through Eau Rouge and up to Radion, and a great shot as well as they come across the top of the hill. The Red Bull already, he had a good look on the outside, but he switches to the inside now, and they're bang tyres. Look like the McLaren's really squeezing him, and he just gives him a whack back to say, no, thank you, this is my spot. And he gets the job done, and comes out in front. Ali's now dropped out of DRS range of Wingman, and Psycho all over the back of him as well. It looks like the gaps have extended a little bit. Going to jump back to King J, who's got a little train forming behind him as well. Lights and Saxa, they've dropped off the back of Mickey, who's almost out of DRS range as well. In fact, he is now. Just at that 1 second mark.
Just mentioned that Jacob out the front has been able to pull that 1 second gap to get out of DRS. So that leaves Quantum with Baybane right behind him.
Exactly, and that's a best case scenario for Jacob as well, because he doesn't have to look back. He can just race at his own pace now. Oh, is the Ferrari of Saxa nearly losing it. Whoa, King J runs very wide on the curb, nearly loses it, but great effort to control that. And the gaps are extending there a little bit now as well. And jump up to the Red Bull of Ali, who's closing up on Wingman again, and that second sector's really killing him. He doesn't have the pace to go through the corners. As we come up to the bus stop chicane, the Red Bull's taking the inside line, but we know around the outside, McLaren turns to the inside, but the Red Bull just in front as well. I guess what we've done is McLaren loses that under traction, and he looks like he's going to lose the position to Psycho as well. Yes, just across the start-finish line, he gets the position. He's in front now at turn 1. And I think Wingman really needs to come into the pits. He's just going to be losing more and more time now.
He's trying to stay in sync, I guess, and it's kind of working out for him.
It's hard to tell, because is he going to be losing more than, the 8-second pit stop? I don't know if it's going to be worth it. He's right on the back of Psycho, though. He's got DRS, and this is not what Psycho needs. And the McLaren just breezes past. We're going to jump back as well. Lights is under pressure from King J. Saxa. Saxa's going around the outside. Lights, very respectful, gives him plenty of space. They're side by side, and Lights gets... Oh, he holds the position. Oh, it was great side by side wheel-to-wheel racing there. The Alpha Tauri just keeping position ahead of the Ferrari. I'll jump back up to Keeper, who's hot on the heels of Psycho now. Yeah, the gap between Wingman and Ali is now 2 seconds, and that's after Ali lost over a second to his teammate after losing the rear through Sector 2. And there's now, it's almost a train from P7 back to P15. Everyone's just about a second apart through that second sector. As we've got the McLaren of Quantum Effect has come into the pits, so he's going to pit before his teammate. Oh, that's interesting. It's lap 7. That's a very early pit stop. We've got the Red Bull. Oh, no, both Red Bulls stay out. Oh, the McLaren are double stacking. Oh, no. No, if you're going to stay out with wing damage, you have to get the first pit stop because you're just going to lose more time, surely. Yeah, he's going to lose a bit of time there. The pit crew is still resetting. I don't know if that was a great call by McLaren, especially given that Quantum didn't have any damage and he comes out back in P13. Joining this battle for 10th place. As Saxa just a 10th and a half behind Lights now. Wingman's just coming out of the pits now in P18. Going to jump up to Lights. Oh, there's a three-way battle now to come into turn 5. And they're all going in single file. They've seen what happens when you try and go side by side there too many times. It's not always
and Quantum is right behind this group now as well.
Oh, as the AlphaTauri turns in on the Haas. The Haas ghosted slightly and he completely disappears on my screen as I say that. I don't know where he's ended up. Wingman has left the session. I wonder if that's because his race is over. The Haas Meek has retired from the session. He went straight on and there's a full safety car. That was odd. I don't know what happened there at all.
I noticed
he was taking the corner
Ferrari,
and he ghosted, but then he just disappeared and he was in the wall.
Ferrari of Bully had lost it at Radion as well. Not sure if that had anything to do with it.
Apparently Wingman's game crashed, so he should be back, but I'm not sure what happened with Mika. That was a weird one. As Jacob Meister is pitting, so this is probably the perfect time for the safety car to have come out for the soft runners. The medium runners are going to be a little bit compromised now. I think this could have come at a better time for Jacob. Most of our leaders are pitting.
It's definitely going to hurt Quantum.
Jacob gets held slightly as the AlphaTauri goes past. Is he going to get out before the Renault? Oh, why isn't Jacob moving? Did he have wing damage or is he just held? He's lost out to the Williams. Batemate has jumped him in the pits. That should not have happened. He should have been held like a fraction of a second for the Williams to go past, but they just kept holding him. It was like he was getting his wing changed as well, but that was... I'm just gonna replay that, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have a wing change. I've missed it anyway, never mind. But yeah, that was bizarre. I'm sure Jacob's probably fuming down in the Racing Point chat, because that is... wow, that's really hurt him. Anyway, he comes out of the pits in P2, so the makeup of our top 4 positions hasn't changed. Let's have a look down the field. So we've got Mickey and Sachs jumping onto the hard tyres, so it looks like the medium runners are jumping onto the hards. I don't think that they think the soft tyres are going to last 14 laps, and they're probably right as well, and you're probably going to have a better run to the finish on hards than 2 soft tyres. So yeah, those guys starting on the mediums. Great. Mr. Spicer, though, staying out on his 7-lap-old mediums, so he's obviously going to jump onto the soft tyres at around about that lap 14, 15 mark. So it'd be interesting to see how he fares later in the race against the hard runners.
Yeah.
So expect this safety car will probably last for another lap and a half, just to give the stragglers a chance to catch up. So this is going to help Bully a lot, who's just going through Eau and Radion now, as the rest of the field are in Sector 2. Let's have a look at the penalties now. So Psycho's got a 3-second penalty, as does Vasa. Bully's got a 6-second penalty and Wombi an 8-second penalty in his first race. That's obviously a 3-second penalty for track limits plus a 5-second penalty, whether that's for speeding in the pits or cutting a chicane or something, not quite sure, but that's where it stands at the moment. Let's have a look at the position change. So Lights is up 10 positions from the start in P9. He has stopped as well, so that's a great start to the race for him. Being on the optimal tyre as well to get to the end will help his case as well. Saxa up 9 positions as well to be in P8. And Mr. Spicer as well up 9 positions in P5. Our losers though, Ali down 5 positions, Wingman down 11 positions, and Skins down 10 positions. So obviously those guys with wing damage getting affected the most. I'm interested though that Wingman did still end up in front of Skins.
Yeah.
So Skins pit early on to fix that wing, but he's pit again to get the hard tyres. So that's actually meant he's come out behind Wingman, who was running for 6 or 7 laps with a broken wing. So yeah, interesting how it panned out. As the safety car's going around again. Ferrari's almost caught up, just at the bus stop chicane as the rest of the field's going through. Ready on it now.
I suspect the safety car will end at the end of this lap.
Should, yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be any longer than this. So we've got about 13 laps to go, so a fair chunk of this race still remaining. Most of the drivers on fresh tyres. Yeah, so we've got... Yeah, so Skins has stopped twice and so has Bully and Nut, so that's why they're so far down the order.
Well, the safety car is a little bit of a reset.
Yeah, it's a good chance for drivers just to settle down. If you've had a rough race, this is where your luck can turn. Field's all bunched up again, you never know what's going to happen. So they come around Puon, the field is all bunched up together. You should see the safety car come in. The notice will come up just at the end of Sector 2, start of Sector 3, as we come up the mountain straight. And we'll jump on board with Bait Mate, so we know when he pulls the trigger. There we go, safety car is in this lap. Saxa's retired. Saxa has retired. What has happened there? Oh, it's not letting me change. That was weird. I think he may have lost it on the curb like Giovinazzi did last season in front of Kimi Räikkönen. It's just lost it on the curb and spat around to the wall. But yeah, that's Saxa out of the race. Cold hard tyres perhaps, not as much traction as you'd expect. Batemate hasn't really...
hit him.
Batemate's not let the safety car go. He's almost caught it at the final corner. And he goes. And the Racing Point's got a run on him. That was a horrible, horrible start by
I believe he had a limited throttle.
Yeah, he did not leave enough room. So the McLaren dives on... Sorry, the Renault drives on the McLaren. They can spit it out. You got Combat going side by side with the Williams. Oh, this is going to be messy. Is either one of them going to yield? They're still side by side. The Renault's slightly behind, and he lets the Williams go in front. He's still under a lot of pressure from the Williams. The Skins has picked up a 3-second penalty. Mr. Spicer just backs out a little bit. We've got a bit of adjustment for position down. P8. Keep alive. Big incident. Oh, he reversed back into the track, and I do not know how that wasn't a worse incident than it was. He reversed straight back onto the racing line. It didn't look like he'd ghosted at all, but luckily he had. But yeah, a bit of an incident there. I'm going to jump up to Lights, who's side by side with the Mercedes keeper through No Name. Manages to keep the position. So they go through Puon. It looks like, the Red Bull and the Mercedes going hard at it. looks like the Racing Point of Psycho and the Alfa Romeo of King J, the two cars that came together at turn 5 there. Not quite sure what happened, but both of them were around. It's the Red Bulls all
I believe
over
they were
the back of the
trying
Mercedes.
3 wide.
Yeah, it's never going to work. And only get 2 wide through. Or a Red Bull has run out of ERS as he comes into the bus stop. The Mercedes takes the inside line and runs straight across to block the Red Bull and gets the job done. Already our 3 race leaders have cleared the pack. Batemate is half a second in front of Jacob. As we've got our 2 guys at the back coming into the pits. Keeper under extreme pressure from the Red Bull, who takes the racing line. The Mercedes covers the inside and he holds position. So we've got Combat passing Mr. Spicer for P4. Red Bull's so desperately trying to get past the Mercedes. Has a little look on the inside at the corkscrew. Oh, as he nearly loses it on the curb. AlphaTauri of Lights, who runs very wide at no name, picks up a 3-second penalty. Oh, we've got a Racing Point round. Jacob Meister's gone round. Yep, he's lost it at Pouon.
Oh dear.
It's very unfortunate. He's lost some end plate as well, so that's very unfortunate for Jacob Meister there. Looked like he, I don't think there was any contact, but I've seen a few drivers struggle to get around there, especially when they're following another car and going flat out. Yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. Got a sector 2 yellow flag as Bully has gone into the wall as well. No wing damage that I can see, but he's had to flick spin. I'm going to jump up to Flyboy now, who's very close to the back of Mr. Spicer as well. Those old medium tyres really struggling to defend against the other cars around him. He's got to stay out probably for another 4 or so laps. DRS is enabled this lap, so we can expect him within a second to really put on the pressure on those straights. Just notice Batemate has broken DRS from Quantum Effect in P2. Combat 2.5 seconds behind is cleared from Mr. Spicer. But then we've got a big train from P4 all the way down to P10, where they're all within a second of each other. Flyboy's about to get past Mr. Spicer. Ali as well, very close to the back of Keeper, a bit further down. We're going to stay on board with Flyboy though. He's got DRS in the Williams and pretty easy pass for him. Going to jump down to Ali, who's trying to get the wingman, but he couldn't quite get it done. Looks like everyone's got DRS. Defend pretty
Wingman
well.
just got past Ali.
As we've got the Ferrari of Bully has gone off at Radeon. So it's game over for him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And a virtual safety car has been deployed.
Yeah. VSC.
So
The
very
racing
similar,
point of
very
Jacob
similar to the
Meister
Tier
is
1
about to
race.
go past.
Yep. We've got Psycho as well, is about to go past. Please, still there. And yeah, it looks like he's... oh, his car's just disappeared. But it looked like he'd lost it through Radeon and gone off. Yeah, so a very eventful restart there. Very similar to Tier 1, so we saw just after the safety car, we saw a VC get run. FokiX, so I'm in Melbourne, so it's just 20 past 9 here.
Lights has gone around.
Lights. It's a shame, no wing damage. But yeah, that's unfortunate. He was in a very good position and he's thrown it away. It's a real shame. I'm going to jump up to the Renault of Skins, who's very close behind Ali now, 2 tenths. They come up the hill. Oh, he's gonna... He tries to have a go, but the Red Bull kind of shut the door at the last possible minute. Further up, we've got Mr. Spicer. Under pressure from the Alfa Romeo of Mickey. I don't know if there'll be DRS this lap because it's just after the VSC. Great shot from Code Muscle behind. DRS is enabled. You can see the Alfa Romeo with the rear wing open. Don't think he's going to get the move done. No, the Williams just shut the door. He's gone round.
Mickey around. Yeah, there's contact.
I don't reset the track. Come on, Mickey, you know the rules. And yep, he's just slotted himself straight back in the middle.
Keeper up into P6 at the moment.
Oh, Wingman's game's crashed again, unfortunately. King J picks up a 3-second penalty. So yeah, the AI of Wingman there, probably going to get passed by Skins in a few seconds. Jump up, yes, keepers all over the back of Mr. Spicer. As Jacob picks up 3-second penalties. Not having a great race after his spin, as we've got the Renault of Skins has gone round. I'm not sure what happened there. Trying to find him. Oh, he's going to give me a good angle. There he's... Did not see what happened there at all. He was passing Wingman's AI, which has ghosted. And you can see there that...
Maybe the rear let go.
Possibly, yeah. He is on the hard tyres, so it could just be lack of traction. Let's have a look. So Keeper has got past Mr. Spicer. Mickey gets past Wingman, who's still waiting to rejoin.
Mr. Spice will be looking at pitting in a few laps.
Yeah, just a couple of laps to go, I think. Then they run the soft tyre. We've got lights side by side with Wombi as they go through Orush Radio. There was a bit of contact, and the Haas just goes spearing straight off into the wall, and that hits him out of the race, I think. Oh, that was a horrible, horrible accident. I know he's still in it, but he's got no wing at all. How has he survived that? He went in hard and fast. And there is a full safety car from that. Unsurprising. That was a big, big incident. Just going to have a look at that replay. So we jumped up to them. So Lights got in just before Eau Rouge. They were side by side, and neither one of them wanted to yield. And you can just see that the rear... Oh, that was a massive incident. So it looked like Wombi has hit the rear right tyre of Lights as he's turned across the right-hander of Radion, and it's just speared the Haas straight off into the wall. And that, oh, you just see the damage on that car. That would have been, if in real life, like that would have been a horrendous incident.
GG.
Yeah, that's game over for sure, but no, Wombi still plodding along. At least the safety car will hopefully mean he doesn't go a lap down. He should be able to get back to the pits. I'd be interested to see if everyone chucks on the soft tyres. I'm going to jump up with Bateman and see what he does. He stays out, but the McLaren's going in. Quantum Effect is pitting. This is the exact time that the medium runners would have wanted to pit the softs. So Quantum Effect is the only one of the race leaders to do it so far. We've got Flyboy coming into the pits as well. We've got the Williams of Mr. Spicer pitting. This is when he would have wanted to pit. See if there's a few others coming in as well. Looks like the Mercedes is pitting as well. It's Nuts is coming in to get rid of those hard tyres. It's going to be a difficult one because the soft tyres will be the best tyre to get to the end from here, but the field was already bunched up, so anyone who does come to the pits is going to lose track position and is going to be hoping that the soft tyres have got enough in them to get past. Yeah, it's a difficult call to make. I mean, Quantum Effect's only dropped to 7th. Everyone in front of him is either on the mediums or the hards, so you'd expect him to be able to make those positions back as long as it's a short safety car. Yeah.
Mr. Spicer has come out of the pits in P11.
Okay, so he's just outside the points. Flyboy's down in 10th. He was in a very good position, I think P4 before the pits. But yeah, it's oh, it's just thrown another spanner in the works, this one. Jacob in P14 now. Hopefully he'll be able to make it to the end. Nut opting to go into the medium tyres. I'm a bit surprised that he hasn't chucked on the softs.
Maybe didn't have any softs left.
Yeah, but even a used set from qualifying surely would, like you'd pick that over a set of new mediums any day of the week with just 7 laps to go.
Maybe he prefers the mediums.
Yeah, that's very true as well. So
You'll be able to push them hard to the end.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for a few of the cars to catch back up to the safety car train. Hopefully it comes in this lap. I think they're close enough that you could probably, if 8-mate backs the field up a fair bit, should be able to
I think it'll be another lap.
Possibly, but I hope not. It'd be nice to see if we get a clear run to the end from here. Yeah, those guys a little bit too far, I think. We'll have a quick look at the penalties while we're under safety car conditions. So Vassar's got 3 seconds, Wingman's got a 5-second penalty, Lights 3 seconds, same as Skins, Jacob, King J, Wombi and Psycho. So at least everyone's keeping it relatively clean. We've not seen many double penalties yet, so that's good to see most people respecting the track limits as we are going around another time for the safety car. Yeah, we've still got, I think Psycho's just started Sector 3 now, so should catch the train by Sector 2 of this lap. For those of you just joining us, we'll check on the replay again of why we're under full safety car conditions. So you had a battle between the Alpha Tauri of Lights and the Haas of Wombi. They were side by side through Oru and Radion, and the collision between the two sent the Haas off into the wall. He did survive that incident with just some wing damage, but obviously a lot of debris on the track resulted in a full course safety car. Okay, we've got the Haas in the racing point, just about to catch the train now, so I'm pretty certain that the safety car will be in this lap. Just got a couple of seconds to go through. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens from here. Batemate on track. I don't think he's won yet at AFR. Combat Rat behind
No, he
him.
hasn't.
I don't think Combat Rat's had a win yet either, has he? And he's had a few
he
podiums.
might
I don't
have.
remember him winning. Got Keeper on the podium as well at the moment. It's a great drive from him, but Ali would expect him to want to clear those guys pretty quickly now that his race has sort of come back to him. You know, Vasa doing pretty well in P5, but does have that 3-second penalty, so he's going to want to get clear of the guys behind. He's got Mickey P6 on hard tyres, and he's got Quantum Effect, who was the race leader before the safety car, on the fresh soft tyres, so he's going to be pushing pretty hard to get back through the field. His teammate just behind him has rejoined the lobby after disconnecting, but he's on 8 lap old mediums. Lights in P9 on 7 lap old mediums, and we've got Flyboy and Mr. Splicer in P9, P10 and P11 on fresh softs, with Nut just behind on fresh mediums. Skins and Jacob, fresh softs as well, so gonna have a lot of movers after this safety car, which should confirm in a second that it's ending. Come on, Codemasters. There we go, it's in this lap. Alright, on board with Batemate now as he lets the safety car go. He's going a bit quick, but he was controlling the safety car last time, wasn't he?
Yes, I believe he was.
He's pushing along a fair bit. He's going to want to back off a little bit and let it get
He's
away.
letting it go now.
Because he had that problem in the last restart where he got too close and the game actually throttled his acceleration when he got to the final corner, and he nearly got passed by Jacob on the restart before the finish line. So hopefully he has given enough time. He hasn't gone yet. He's slowly accelerating. And out of the final corner. And he's gone flat. Renault right behind him. Combat doing very well to just know exactly when he was going to go. And they hold position into turn 1. Looks like McLaren and the Alfa Romeo slightly further back. Changing position. Same with Lights and Wingman. Jump back to the McLaren of Quantum Effect to see how he's going. So those fresh softs have already gained him position there. And his teammate Wingman all over the back of Mickey as well. So he goes side by side with the Alfa Romeo on the inside. Big dive. And he gets it done. Check with Mickey. He's under pressure from the Alpha Tauri as well. He tries to go around the outside. Lights on the mediums. He's going to try and get him in the corkscrew. No. Quite. Oh, he looks like he's struggling so much on those hard tyres. Everyone around him. So much pressure on. He'll jump up to Quantum Effect. His soft tyres are really coming alive. He must have been looking after them so well under the safety car. Just a couple of tenths behind Vassal already, and he's really back up to P5. Oh, so we've got a Mercedes of Nut has gone off.
Oh no!
And he's DNF'd. Puon looks like he's gone straight off. Done a Giovinazzi, and we have a virtual safety car. 2 safety cars and 2 virtual safety cars in this race so far, and we still have 5 laps to go. Hopefully
no
that's
more
it.
Safety
Hopefully
cars.
that's it.
You get a maximum of 4, I think.
Alright, as the field is neutralised. Keeper's closed up to Combat Rat. He's inside the DRS zone, but Ali, 1.6 seconds behind. He's not quite stuck with these guys on the restart. Quantum Effect, just lurking behind in P6. Very well placed. As it go green again. bit of a gap formed between Quantum Effect and Wingman. So there won't be DRS on this lap. I'm expected to come back on the next lap. Let's come up through Radion. Quantum Effect has a great run. Starting to use his overtake now. Of course, no DRS this lap as Skins picks up a 3-second penalty. McLaren's not quite got the pace. He's not going to get it done this time around. But the soft tyres will help him a bit further on, as we've got Flyboy just behind, has overtaken Lights on the Kemmel Straight. And we'll jump back to Skins, who's all over the back of Williams, Mr. Spicer as well, both of them on fresh soft tyres. Oh, Quantum. Oh, he picked up a penalty, Quantum. 3-second penalty. He was so close to the back of Vassar that he's just taken too much of the inside curve at no name, and he's picked up a penalty. Oh, he's obviously so frustrated getting stuck behind him, but it gets past him at Puon on the inside. The AlphaTauri running very wide there, and Quantum just breezes past. Now he's really got to capitalise on getting past now. He needs to push really hard with those fresh soft tyres and get as many people, and then get a gap at 3 seconds in front of him to try and maintain position. So he's just made his job a lot harder than it needed to be there, Quantum, by cutting the track. See what those soft tyres can produce. He's only got medium runners with 9 lap-old tyres in front. We'll jump down to Lights, who's... Oh, they're 3 wide! Oh, Jesus! Oh, there's a bit of contact. The Renault's off the road. We've got the Williams and the AlphaTauri as well. The Skins, big dive into the bus stop chicane, and the AlphaTauri's following him, and the Jacob Meister in the Racing Point has hit the back of the AlphaTauri as well. The Renault's come out on top, comes out of the bus stop chicane. He's pushing the Williams across the track, and he's got the position done. Oh, and a big dive from the AlphaTauri as well on the inside of the Williams. Gets the move done, and Jacob's all over the back of them as well. And this is a battle for P10 for the final points paying position.
Balls are out for this one. Jeez.
Absolutely. This is great racing here in Tier 2. So come down the Kemmel Straight. DRS is activated this lap, so we've got Skins under pressure from the Williams. The positions to the inside, but the Renault covers it off, but he runs very deep, and he's off the track. And the Williams goes deep as well, and here comes the AlphaTauri. It gets blocked off by the Renault, and now the Williams is on the inside. He's going to hold the defensive line into the corkscrew. The Renault runs out very wide, and the Racing Point of Jacob Meister's diving in as well, and he gets through past the Renault, but the side-by-side has to go through no name. Renault takes a lot of curb, and it's contact! Oh, Renault and the AlphaTauri have gone round. Lights are spinning off. Oh. And he's got no wing left. Oh, that was such hard racing.
I cannot believe Lights did not DNF just then.
Oh, he'd be very dizzy after that one, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Quantum Effect has got past Keeper, and Ali is just behind him as well. I've got a replay of the incident at No Name, so we'll bring it up once we've got a second. But, you know, I just catch my breath for a second. Been non-stop action since this virtual safety car restart. So we've got Keeper just holding off Ali as they come into the bus stop chicane. Ali looks to the inside, but decides to back out of it at the last second. So we've got Quantum Effect, should disappear off into the distance now with those fresh softs. And he does give DRS to the cars behind as he sets the fastest lap of the race with 144.949.
Keeper doing well to stay in there.
He's doing very, very well. He always talks himself down, but when he has to, he puts together a really good drive. He's defending this position so well, but he's still got DRS on Quantum Effect, so that will help him in his defense against Ali. But Ali carrying so much pace out of Radion and fight down the Kemmel Straight. And Mercedes doesn't really... Oh, he swoops around. He's nearly caught up to the McLaren there, and he manages to hold the position. We're going to jump back because we've got Mr. Spicer's also under attack by Jacob Meister, who's fighting back into the points. He does have a 3-second penalty. Oh, and Jacob, I think he nearly spun there off the curb at turn 5. I'm not sure if there was contact, but he almost had it, but he loses the position to King J as well, so that's very unfortunate. And Wingman's game has crashed again, so unfortunately he's going to drop some positions. He's going to jump up with Flyboy, who is just about to overtake him through Puon as well. He does have Vassar just behind, but those fresh softs, he should be able to get out of DRS range by the next lap. Going to go up a bit further. Ali's very close to the back of Keeper, just half a second now.
He nudged Keeper, which is actually put him outside of DRS range of Quantum Effect. And also had a big lock up himself, so Ali really is pushing.
Okay, so we've got 2 laps to run after this one. We've got Ali and Keeper coming through Blanchimont, and there's nothing between them as well. The Red Bull's basically pushing the Mercedes around the corner as they come into the bus stop chicane. The Red Bull takes the inside, runs very deep in a bit of a lock-up. The Mercedes has no choice but to let him through. And he's got very deep into the final corner. The Mercedes has to check up a little bit, and that will have actually compromised the Mercedes line on the exit, but he will have DRS on the Kemmel Straight. So he stays very close.
Is this a mistake from the Red Bull? Has he gone too early? Is the Mercedes going to be able to just go straight back past?
Well, he's already got 6/10 on him though, so he's obviously trying very hard to keep the Mercedes behind. I've lost the intervals now. Unfortunately, the game's bugged out a little bit, but the Mercedes should have DRS as he does open it up. Red Bull going defensive very early, covering the inside line. The Mercedes goes to the outside. They're side by side. They go through turn 5, and he gets the job done. Nice clean move. Going to jump slightly back to Nicky and Vasa. They're side by side.
He's coming back at him.
Oh, I can't. Alfa Romeo's gone through. Going to jump back up to Ali and Keeper, who's side by side through the corkscrew. Keeper is in front as they come into the corner with no name. And we go round again. We've got a massive train as well forming behind Mickey and P7. Again, I don't have any deltas between the drivers, but all I can say is they are very close between P7 all the way down to, what is that, P12. Alright, as we go around for the last half of the second last lap. Ali, so close, and now Flyboy is caught up to the back of him, and he is on those soft tyres from the pit stop just before the virtual safety car. What's going to happen here is Ali going to let Flyboy through, see if he can get past Keeper, because he is having trouble getting through. Oh, so we've got the racing point of Jacob all over the back of Kim J as well, but I won't switch just yet because Ali's making a move on Keeper into the bus stop chicane. He did this last lap and it didn't work out for him. What's going to happen this time? He runs very deep, squeezes the Mercedes. Mercedes tries to just switch back a little bit, but doesn't quite have the optimal line, and he loses the rear a little bit on the exit. He doesn't have DRS, and he's got a turn from Flyboy behind as well, who does have it as they come into turn 1. And he's still very close to them. Stick with Keeper. And the square area just behind, we've got Jacob all over the back of the next train. As we start the final lap, Baitmate is 1.5 seconds clear of Combat Rat, who's 2 seconds clear of Quantum Effect. There's Ali, Keeper, and Flyboy battling it out for 4th place, which will probably be... Oh, actually, it won't be 3rd place because Quantum's far enough in front. Anyway, looks like Ali's just able to hold position. We're going to stick with Keeper. Looks like he's not quite close enough to get it done. We're going to jump back to Mickey. And it looks like actually it's King J, I think, is under a lot of pressure from the AlphaTauri and the Racing Point as the Deltas have come back. So we'll jump up a little bit further once this little battle's settled down a bit. But yeah, we've got Jacob so close to the back of the AlphaTauri as they go down the hill through the corkscrew into Puon. Going to jump back up to Ali. There's a bit of a gap forming now to Keeper, and Flyboy is so close to the back of him now. Those fresh softs. There's no match at all for the mediums on the Mercedes. Keeper desperately trying to defend this position. As Flyboy runs very wide at the end of Sector 2, and it's going to compromise his run up the hill. Keeper was very tidy. And it looks like they're roughly matching deltas at 4/10.
Hey, mate, coming through the final corner now.
Yeah, jump up to him now. A great race from him. Very well done. Controlled the race after both safety cars and Combat as well. Great race. Comes across P2, Quantum P3. Just going to jump back. Not much happening? No. So Ali comes across in 4th. Keeper 5th. Flyboy 6th. Wingman comes across in P7. Mickey jumps him up into P8. Mr. Spicer P8 now as well. King J 9th, Jacob 10th, so managed to get back into the points after that spin at Puon. Wingman P11, Vasa P12, Wombi P13 in his first race, and we've got Psycho coming through the bus stop chicane now, coming to P14. And a bit further down, we've got Lights and Skins, so I'm just going to play that replay of what happened at No Name. Should still have it saved in the buffer. So yeah, they were, well, you can throw a blanket over the 5 cars. It was so close together. And then, yeah, the Renault gets right up onto the curb, squeezes the Racing Point against the wall, and then that sort of sends him across into the path of the AlphaTauri, and they both end up in the wall. So that was such hard racing as the AlphaTauri of Lights, losing his wing in that incident. Pretty frustrated, as you can see, comes across the line in P15, and Skins, also frustrated, comes across the line in P17. And we'll take a breath now, because that was basically non-stop action for the last 3 or 4 laps. Ah, fantastic race. Mr. Spicer, driver of the day. In fact, yeah, I agree. That was a great race from him. He looked down and out at one point, but kept his head, stayed out long on the medium tyre and switched to the soft towards the end and managed to hold on to some good positions there. So well done to Batemate of Williams. P1. Great race from him. Combat Rack, great race from him as well. Nice and clean. Finished in P2 as they spread the champagne, and then I think it was still a McLaren driver of the Quantum Effects. Still managed to get onto the podium despite his penalty. Managed to clear the guys battling behind. Oh, fantastic race. We had Ali come across the line in 4th. Keeper holding on to a stellar P5. An absolutely fantastic race from him. P6 for Flyboy. Mickey 7th. Mr. Spicer 8th. King J 9th. Jacob Meister rounds out our top 10. Wingman, Vassal, Wombi, Psycho, Lights, and Skins round out the finishes. Then we had Nut, P17, Bully, P18, Saxa 19th, and Mika 20th, all not finishing the race. Wow. All right. Bandcamp, could you please grab our top 3 finishers if they want to have a chat after the race?
No worries.
Okay. Jump across to our conversation screen. Now I'll see who's going to jump up for a chat first. Okay, thank you for everyone who followed during that race as well. Sorry I wasn't able to keep track of everyone with the action going on. It sounds like we do have our first driver in the chat. Batemate, congratulations. How does it feel to be an AFR race winner?
I'm not gonna lie, I've jumped up around the room about 3 or 4 times, up everyone else in the house. But you know what, man? Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
That was a great race. Tell us what happened in the first safety car restart. It looked like you got throttles coming into the final corner, and Jacob nearly got the jump on you.
Oh yeah. No, what happened there is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very new to race restarts. That's like my second one I've ever done. I was trying to back everyone up, and then I let off just a tiny bit because I wasn't sure if I was good to go, and then I took off. I don't know if that's penalty worthy or not. Who knows?
No, it's all right. It looked pretty clean from what we could see, and then obviously you had a second safety car as well towards the end of the race. You decided to stay out on the medium tyre. Did you have a bit of a decision to make before you went past the pit entry?
I'm not going to lie, I didn't think about it until I saw Quantum go behind me, and then I just prayed that I got the right strategy. But I thought about it as soon as he went in, and I said he's not going to have enough time to overtake everyone, and if something goes wrong in his risky strategy going on the softs, then it's game over. So I just stayed confident, got my lead against Combat intact, stayed out of his DRS, and managed.
Yeah, really well done, mate. It was really a cool, level-headed race there. But yeah, obviously by the sounds of it, you're pretty excited to get that win. So thank you so much for coming to have a chat to us, and congratulations.
Thanks, Gus. Thanks, band.
Thanks,
Love you guys. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Alrighty, so we've also got Combat is down into chat, and Quantum Effects also down in McLaren chat, so hopefully we'll get to chat to him a bit later. Combat, congratulations, P2.
I didn't realise I was getting dragged up. Hello.
Yes, hello. Yeah, wow, so great race. Talk us through the last stages of the race where you decided to stay out on the medium tyres with Batemate, while Quantum Effect and some of the others are pitting for softs. What led you to make that decision?
There wasn't enough laps left, I thought, once the safety car was going to peel off, and there was, obviously you don't get DRS for 3 laps. I thought I'd only be fighting the soft runners for probably the last 2 laps, so I figured it was better off having track position.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw that they dropped down to about P8, and I think who else was it? Flyboy, I think, ended up outside the points as well after they pit. So it turned out to be the right decision. And what happened with the safety car restart? It looked like you were stuck with Batemate for a little while and then just kind of dropped out of the DRS zone within a couple of laps.
I think I made a mistake coming into that right-left chicane after Pouon, and lost a couple of tenths. And then once I was out of DRS range, I was never going to get back in it. So.
Yeah, I was still very well done to get the podium finish. And at the start of the race, we noticed that Skins actually picked up some wing damage. It wasn't contact between the 2 McLaren drivers, was it?
Web Renault, but
Oh,
no,
sorry,
we
there was a contact with the McLaren at that Lecom corner.
Yeah. I think Jacob in P2 got a little bit skittish out of that first part of the chicane, and then the McLaren stomped on the brakes to avoid hitting him, and then Skins ran into the back of the McLaren.
Yeah, it's a real shame. You guys qualified really well, locking out the third row of the grid, so really well done. Thanks for coming in to have a chat with us, and congratulations on your podium.
Cheers.
Okay, and it looks like Quantum Effect's gone.
Yeah.
All right, that's all right. I need to go have a lie down or something now because I've been shouting non-stop for the last 20, 30 minutes. So, yeah, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Absolutely fantastic race here in Tier 2 and a great race earlier as well in Tier 1. So, yeah, thank you all for joining us. I've been Gus Rules, Bandcamp's been my co-commentator for this race, and we'll be back next Friday. So we've got the 2010 series streamed at 8:30 p.m. Melbourne time. What track are we at?
Canada.
At Canada. So great racetrack, good favourite of everyone at AFR.
And the Wall of Champions.
And
must
the Wall
not
of
forget
Champions.
that one.
Yes, it'll be great fun, especially in the 2010 cars. It's so difficult to control in the low speed corners. And of course, Tier 1 and Tier 2 will be back next Sunday night at the same time. Just going to bring up the calendar.
At Silverstone.
Silverstone, British Grand Prix. So yes, please tune in next Sunday night for that. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
See you later.